Hi everyone, and welcome to your midweek pick a card tarot readings for the week of March 7th. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tarot readings. I'll be doing 3 card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Borderless Rider-Waite-Smith with Clear Quartz, the Tarot de Marseille with Amethyst, and the Universal Rider-Waite-Smith with Aventurine. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks, so go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. Pick one of each, and feel free to pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, the timestamps are in the description below. Don't forget to check out your oracle card. And with that, let's go right to the readings. All right, group 1, let's see what the rest of the week has in store for you. And we have... Okay. You know, the Three of Swords is a scary looking card, but overall, the immediate impressions that I get are very positive because of the Emperor here and the Nine of Cups the Nine of Cups at the bottom of your deck, and there are no reverse cards. So I have a feeling that this is for you. There's an opportunity to get your house in order, or to assert yourself with compassion and creativity, which is really looking optimistic for you. You know, of all the cards to have at the bottom of your deck, the Nine of Cups is really a good one to have, especially with the Three of Swords involved, because the Three of Swords is about communication, creativity, forthrightedness, but you know, being so low in the sequence from 1 to 10, when you first start out, like communicating honestly, there can be it can be difficult to get it the first time around. However, the presence of this Major Arcana card tells me that this is the time to do it. And I think that, especially with a 3 and a 4 here, you have 2 4s, which including the Emperor card here. So that right there, you know, 4s in general are about structure and stability. And I think that what is the impression that I'm getting for you, Group 1, is that this week, to go into this weekend, you have an opportunity to just have that little... it's kind of like when sometimes in basketball, the basket is, you know, going in circles around the hoop. And I think that these next couple days are have in store for you an opportunity for you to just jump up and tap the basket and get it in the hoop and achieve whatever you were trying to achieve this week. Or maybe this might not be something related to this week. With this Emperor card here, it feels like it might be bigger than just this week, but since this is a midweek reading, that's why I was my first reflex was to go there. But all in all, I see, you know, I have a feeling that, assuming this happens before the weekend, that you will have earned your to give yourself a break this weekend. Yeah, do I have anything else for you? Let me just make sure here. And no, that is all for you, Group 1. If you want to jump to your oracle card reading, the timestamps are in the description below. And with that, we move on to Group 2. Let's see what we have for you. And what is that? The Knight of Wands with Judgment and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so with the 6 of Cups at the bottom of your deck. So all in all, I like whenever the judgment card comes up, the phrase "wake up call" always comes to mind for me, to the point where I almost called it the judgment call. But I'm not. It's funny. I have a bias towards not reading court cards as people, and I'm struggling with. I'm wondering if, to close this week out, if it's not you who's giving a wake up call to someone, because the Queen of Swords here, which is about communication, and patience yet communicative, and this Knight of Wands here, being about action, and really taking your will and manifesting it in the world. And I'm not, the fact that these two court cards are looking at the Judgment card, especially combined with the six at the bottom of your deck, which indicates success. I have the impression that that you are the angel in the Judgment card, and that you have an opportunity to finally get through to someone that you've been trying to get through to. So I would just remind you, Group 2, to, don't get caught up in, whenever, when you were, if you ever have a disagreement with someone, let's put you on the other side of this. When you have a disagreement with someone and then it turns out that you were wrong and that they were right. You know how it sucks that the person, rubs your nose in it and is all, kind of a poopy head about how right they were and how wrong you were. Just be compassionate towards whoever you are trying to wake up to get to step out of this their coffins here. That's really all I have to say. But I would say, the fact that we have no pips in this reading except for the bottom of your deck, I would say that this is something that it's been a long time coming for you, Group 2, and I'm hopeful that this time around, because I have the impression that if I'm right and that this is you finally snapping someone out of it, whatever it is, that you've been trying many times before. This is looking good for you to try again, and I can see success for that. Just don't be a jackass about it. Yep, that's it for you. To jump to your Oracle card reading, please use the timestamps provided in the description below. All right, Group 3, last but not least, let's see what we have for you. And 7 of Coins, Strength, and 5 of Wands reverse. Okay, so I'm going to need a second to process this. So you have 2 major arcana cards if we count the Sun at the bottom of your deck. A phrase that often comes to mind with the 7 of Coins or 7 of Pentacles is wondering whether the effort thus far has been worth it. The Strength card suggests to me that no matter what adversity this 5 of Swords reversed represents for you, that you can take it. I think that the overall message that I'm getting from these 3 cards is that, and yes, I am including I guess the 4th card here. Whatever setback that you are to experience this week. So traditionally, I have trouble seeing if this is in your future or if this is in your past. However, I will say that whatever setback you ended up on the wrong side of doesn't negate your value and your competencies as a person. It might sting. It might... it's never, it's all fun and all to experience setbacks, and you can have the perspective to know that it's part of the process, but it's never fun to actually go through it. You know, you kind of have to rationally tell yourself, okay, the wheel keeps on turning. This is just another part of the cycle. Case in point, and this didn't happen in this video, but I recently gave a reading that I wasn't too happy with. And you know what? It happens. If you suspect that you might have chosen that reading, I hope you disagree with me and you don't even know what I'm talking about. But anyway, enough about me. The point is that as much as setbacks are not fun, this feels like a minor one. And if you have any self-doubt, don't. Because the strength card is one of my favorite cards. I should do a top 5 someday, but the strength card is almost certainly my top 5 favorite cards. And I would say that even though the work is not yet done and you might have had a setback, to not let that rattle you. You keep putting one foot in front of the other, do the right things long enough consistently, and you will achieve what you wanted to achieve. Do I have anything else for you, Group 3? It's funny too, I just noticed this. Air and earth are enemies in the elemental dignity system. They tend to weaken each other. However, I will the reason I'm pointing this out is that the air card is reversed and the earth card is upright, which to me reinforces the notion that whatever this setback is, I would you don't let it get to you. It happens to the best of us, and given this strength card, you might be one of the best of us. So yeah, that is the final thing I will leave you with. So please stay tuned for your Oracle card reading coming up right now. Okay, Oracle card time, if my experience is right. Yeah, this is good enough. All right, Group A, your card is the taming power of the small. This Oracle card has come up a lot in the last month or two. It is I Ching hexagram number 9, and the cards are self-restraint, self-sufficiency, careful preparation, resourcefulness, minor impediments, adaptability. Group 3A, I'm looking right at you with the minor impediments. But anyway, let's speak to everyone now. So I would say that this card is a reminder that you know, slow but steady wins the race. You have everything you need. It might not happen overnight, but as long as you don't, as long as you remain centered and don't be majoring in the minors, don't sweat the small stuff, and also it's all small stuff. It's funny. It's the taming power of the small. That is the name of this card. Honestly, I think that it's funny. Given the readings, all 3 readings that I just gave, I think this works rather well to the point where it is difficult for me to elaborate. So I will move on to Group B, and your card is Saturn. Saturn, structure. Get your house in order. Saturn is the you know, the boundary, the taskmaster of the zodiac, and Saturn wants the proper things in the proper place. And I think that this card is a reminder for you to, you know, something that I often say is anything worth doing is worth doing poorly at first. And I don't think what I'm about to say negates that. But the bottom line, to get from a point where you're doing the worthwhile thing poorly to the point where you're doing it well, takes time. And the way to get the best of that time is to focus on the fundamentals and get your technique down. Depending on how this applies to you, it may be a bit confusing. Hopefully you can connect the remaining dots for yourself. But the bottom line is, the rules are there for a reason, and you know what? Even if the rules are wrong and that your way of doing things is the right way, to get that message across to the old guard, so to speak, takes time. And I would consider that a feature, not a bug, because, you know, for a body of knowledge to remain consistent, it has to be open to change, but you can't really just accept every new thing that comes around as soon as it comes around, you know? So slow and steady, get your house in order, master the basics, Group B. And Group C, your card is anger. One of the groups, specifically Group 2C, remember remember not to get too hot-headed. Don't let your anger get away from you. And actually, that last part is good for everyone. This card, to me, is a clear warning to not give in to frustration. I have the feeling that for you, Group C, the temptation is strong. So please let this card be a reminder to you that anger or whatever frustration you want to give into might feel good in the short term, but to try to focus on the bigger perspective. All right. And finally, Group D, your card is criticism. Mars in, what sign is this? Mars in Virgo. All right. Let me just take this in for a second here. Okay, so I'm going to give two readings for this card. One for the person giving or receiving criticism, because I'm not sure on which side of this pointy finger that you are. So if you are the one if you're the one who is giving the criticism, just remember that yes, it's important to get it right, and part of getting things right is to point out what things are wrong. However, just try to make sure your criticisms are constructive. And on the flip side, if you're the one receiving criticism, just remember that the person, assuming their good faith, I can't know, but assuming that the person giving you the criticism is acting in good faith, that they want to make you better. And you know, there's it's funny, the eye here looking at these flowers here. You know, to be discerning is a good thing, and receiving criticism doesn't always feel good, especially when it's something that you're very passionate about. However, I would recommend vetting to see if this person is acting in good faith or not. And if they are, just remember that they wouldn't be giving the criticism if they didn't care. So you both want the same thing. Thank you so much for watching. If your reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you soon.